We're all climbing the Mountain of Enlightenment. There's a bunch of trails from the bottom that work their way up top, and sometimes from the bottom all you can see is one trail at a time, and they'll tell you that their trail is the only one that'll get you there, and they've got a handy dandy guidebook that you can follow in case you get lost or slip off the trail. And definitely don't try any other trails, because that's the only trail that's going to get there. And then you climb up higher and higher in the mountain, and as with any mountain and any set of trails, as you climb up higher, those trails unite, and you look back at where you were and realize that when you were back at the bottom, you really had no perspective, had no idea what you were getting into. And you look back and you can see, oh well, there's actually tons and tons of trails that are all bringing us here to the same point. And if you slip off that trail, that's going to be okay. You can get back onto some other trail. You don't have to slide all the way back down to the bottom of the mountain and start over. You know, you can climb up this one trail and hop off of that, and you could even cut your own way right up through the leaves and the rocks and the trees. It's difficult. You might slide back here and there, or you might get stuck, or you might have to, you know, it's a tough trail to be cutting your own way up the mountain, and especially as it starts to get steeper towards the end. But then maybe you link back up with another path, because all these paths are going to the same place. They're all going up to the top of this mountain, the top of this mountain where you have ultimate perspective, infinite perspective, where you can see everything. You're at the top of this mountain, you can see in all directions all at once, everything. Sure, some people might would want to transport there, but that's not what hiking and the journey or any of that. You're just there. Then you're just a spiritual tourist up at the top taking a photo of everything that's there. And you might think that, you know, some psychedelic experience would help to get you up there, but it's only climbing a tree that gives you a idea of what's out there. It gives you can see for a minute through a window, through a glimpse of what's up towards the top of the mountain. But then you come back down that tree and you're still right where you left off. But the higher you climb that mountain, the more that you can ground those visions, or the more maybe your two paths connect. By the time you get up to the top, you look back and think it was silly that you ever let anyone convince you that these paths weren't going to the same place. You look back and you can see the entire mountain illuminated from all the light that has been traveling up through all these paths, and they all intertwine. And just as the rivers of the stream of consciousness all take us down to that same source, all these paths take us up to that same top of that mountain. Don't get stuck in the bottom trying to figure out which path to start walking. Just start walking. You'll get there.